First of all, we're excited about spring practice starting. We've been, meeting with the NCAA rules. You can meet 2 hours a week, and we've been doing agilities, and they've been hitting the weight room hard. Coach Foreman and the strength staff has done a great job. The kids have bought into it. I'm excited about what's going on there. The way that we do spring practice, I stretch it out. There's a couple different reasons. Number one, I want to keep their lifting cycle going, so we're able to lift still 3 days a week and hard, and that keeps that going so you can keep building things. We want these kids within an 18-month period to completely change their bodies, and so we have that in a process, and we try to speed it up. And then we practice on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So we can give them some recovery time, and we can practice hard and get a lot of reps, and then we can meet on Mondays and Wednesdays, so we can get a lot of meeting time in and use the full 20 hours. It enables us to do that, so we're able to get more meeting time over the time, be able to install more, be able to have more questions answered, be more informative instead of just trying to bang it out in about a 3-week period. We also do it strategically. We practice 8 practices before spring break and 7 afterwards. The first 8 are truly evaluating and working and getting the culture of what we want in practice. We won't put our whole offense in. We won't put our whole defense in. I'm a true believer. A lot of y'all are extremely bright in here, and I know that, but if you think, it slows you down. So we want to do a few things and let the kids play so we can evaluate, and we'll end up probably moving some guys around to different positions. We did that at San Jose State, and a couple of the kids are phenomenal at the positions they move to. So that gives us the ability to really evaluate athletic ability. And then we want to see, toughness and everything else that goes along with football. As far as a depth chart, we have no depth chart. We're basically going to do it probably by seniority at first and then just go. But they're going to all get basically the same amount of reps in those first 8 practices, the way we have practice set up. And so it won't be quite as smooth, probably with all that adjusting, but we're going to be able to get the kids out there to be able to evaluate them correctly. Then we'll come back from spring practice and kind of have a semblance of a depth chart to be able to attack it a little bit better. And then we'll start being able to install more and more after we get all the basics in. So that's kind of the philosophy there, so you can understand what's going on with that. It's always fun. We're going to go out there. Our coaches know where to go on the practice field, but they're used to going on places on different practice field. The kids are going to have to get used to our timing and our horns and the way we move and effectively run practice. I think it's very organized, and I think it's we get a lot done. It'll be a little bit slower the first couple of days because you're kind of learning where to go and what to do. But once they get it going, it'll be moving and smooth. On the days that we can hit, we're going to hit. We've got a lot of guys that we need to see. We're not going to be like a scrimmage every time we can scrimmage the whole amount of time. But we're going to be able to move around, be physical. We'll go in pads every day that we can go in pads, and utilize that to its fullest. You have to really take that slow because you don't want to overload them. Just getting the snap count and getting it snapped correctly and lining up correctly and knowing which is a left call or a right call to us, and I don't know what the other system is, but the other system, it might have been blue, might have been left, and for us it might be purple. They've got to learn, and purple might have been right to them. So those type of things in the heat of the battle out there, that's why you got to take it slow because you don't want to paralyze them, and then you can't see, well, God, that guy's not very good. Well, it's because he's thinking so much. So then the second half we'll be putting in more and more. And then we would, we will not have the whole offense or the entire defense in by the end of spring. They'll have the major concepts in, though. All the major concepts will be in, which to me, learning anything is learning the concepts. If you learn the concepts and you add wrinkles to it, you're fine. But if you don't have the basic concepts down, forget it. That goes for calculus or chemistry or anything.